year and a half, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Emily Spokes has been awakened at 3:30 a.m. by this sound.
It's emotionally exhausting. I've literally been reduced to tears.
The new homeowner says this garbage truck collects trash from the 24-hour car wash next door, which Spokes says is ruining the quality of her and her neighbors' lives in more ways than one. Of that, residents say the car wash's PA system is too loud and there's a constant overflow of cars on the street waiting to get into the car wash parking lot.
They're frustrated. They've been there waiting for a long time, so once they have room enough to get through, they're assuming. We have a lot of kids in this neighborhood. A lot of kids in this neighborhood. That is a dangerous situation.
In addition to all these complaints, the car wash was parking cars on the sidewalk until recently when the Manhattan Borough President's office intervened.
The people that live here, yes, they have a 24-hour business, but they also have to understand that we have to sleep. We have to get peace of mind.
We called LMC Car Wash, and a manager told us they've been trying to work with the neighborhood. He agreed to ask the garbage truck to change its hours, and as far as the floodlights, he said he hadn't heard any complaints, but would look into it. We then called the Department of Environmental Protection, and they sent inspectors to the location. A spokeswoman told us they observed the activity and are evaluating the results to determine the best course of action. Spokes is hopeful now and says after our call to the car wash, the owner called to arrange a meeting with her. We will let you know what happens. In East Harlem, Susan Junn, New York 1.
The young man in that story made a life or death decision in a split second. So we wanted to know, what would you do if you were put in the same situation? Let's go to Jennifer Jordan with more on that. Jennifer.
Well, the Peter the Queen subway tragedy still has many people talking, and as you mentioned, raises a really tough question. In New York City, a city where people are known for their no-nonsense, tough attitudes, we pose that very question, and you may be surprised by some of the answers we got tonight. Knowing that you're putting your own life in danger.
Yeah, I do it.
You do what?
I jump down to help them.
Even though you will be putting yourself in danger as well?
Yeah, I do it.
Why would that be important for you to do, an important thing for you to do?
Because it's like my friend, it's like my brother, you know, so I do it.
In that situation, sometimes it's just instant reaction. You just react. And I think I would probably do something to help somebody, especially if it's an elderly person or a child or a person with a child. I'm just that kind of person. Some people just, you know, this is New York. Some people don't care.
Reporting live in Union Square, Jennifer Jordan, Pixel.
Come on. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 4. I got a phone call from the administration. Again, this was about 3 years ago, and they invited me to come here and teach a movement class, and you know, I was honored. Who would think that about 20 years later I would be in a place like this teaching something that I love so much?
Its class is both a movement class, it's also a bit of contemporary American social history.
I didn't realize when I took it that I would be taking a class so involved with the history of it, of the whole thing, that it would go back so far.
Popping was created by Boogaloo Sam Solomon, out of Fresno, California. What Sam decided to do is he, instead of stopping quick or stopping short, which was done quite often with robot style, he actually did a muscle contraction to sort of add that other dimension into the dance form. Inspired by party dances that were being done in nightclubs. Locking started in Los Angeles around 1970, 1971 by a man named Don Campbell Lock Campbell. What? That's what locking is about. It's sort of catering to your own ego.
Is very effective for us, and what is the best part of working with him.
I think that teaching here at the Tisch School of the Arts really says a lot, you know, about these dance forms. People sort of look at these dance forms as a fad, something from the 70s. As a matter of fact, we used to get dissed by our own peeps sometimes. Our own peoples in the hood would be like, Fable, you still doing that? Man, aren't you like close to 40 years old now? And I look at them and smile, you know, because I know that I'm doing something that I love, you know, and not only do I love it, I've actually found a way to make a living with it.
Props to Fable and the legendary Rocksteady crew for keeping the art of popping and locking alive.